All right. I was just trying to see if we had action. Never know what these technologies is gonna do. I had to wash. I don't want to cover my eyes. I don't want y'all to think I'm part of the wrong crew. But I had to wash and blow dry my hair. It was just really starting to look funky to me. And then I just throwed it up in something right quick because I want to get this video made. I got an appointment with my mechanic. He's going to drop a thermostat for me today. Those car entities, they run when they see him. He's bad. Bad meaning good. And today, I'm going to just talk to you about that Mercedes Benz sign. The Lord revelated some things to me last night about that Mercedes Benz sign because, I just didn't have a clear understanding of what that was. I talked about the cockatrice eggs yesterday, and I mentioned the Mercedes Benz sign. And the Lord revelated what that Mercedes Benz sign meant from the voodoo altar. Okay? And I'm just going to give you what he gave me. And I'm getting ready to go to my girl, right? You know that. I'm just going to let a little Lauryn Hill play for you while I get my thoughts together. And I think I'm going to play These Social Drugs. These social drugs. Because basically that's what the Lord revelated to me last night. That's what the Mercedes Benz sign on the voodoo altar, the altar that's putting the whole world under a spell, is. The breakdown is going to be quick, easy, and simple. So let's get started. Let me pause it because for some reason we don't got volume. Let's see. What could be the problem today? Let's see. Line in. Let's see if we got volume. These social drugs. These social drugs. These social drugs. These social drugs. Afraid to address the reality before me. Too proud to confess that I'm addicted to a lie. So I seek temporary feeling to replace reality. Though the truth is telling me I have to die. But I've been taught to numb it. Been taught to numb me. I hate it when I find out that I can't get what I want. This emotional tantrum has become sort of an echo pattern every time I need to take a little trip. To hide this condemnation, I'll find a combination of man-made simulation to deny my situation. Now this unreality is distorting what I see, reporting back to me a sense of false security. So in my imagination, I must find a recreation, desperately in search of ways to alter my sensation. There is no equilibrium. Inebriated till I'm numb, intoxicated till I'm dumb, to avoid confrontation. These social drugs messing with my mind. These social drugs telling me I'm fine. Now this chemical analogy is our emotional reality. These political, traditional, and ethical stimulants and social etiquette won't let us be too upset with the way things really are. You're taught to camouflage regret and our religious structure. Tell us God will touch the suffer to support a situation we don't know is obligation. And if you shun the complications, they'll just cut your reputation like mob intimidation to enforce participation. See the need to keep us feet to their lies and broken schemes. And if you find another means, you told your bed to extreme. And if you wanted to get clean, they'll just pull those social strings, holding up their social nose, deifying noble things. Now we're all stuck in tradition, unable to say
just pull your social strings, baby. Don't try to clean it up.
Expectations of the system, when the harsh reality is they make grace for you and me. Instead of saving you and me, they're just enslaving you and me. These social drugs, these social drugs, these social drugs, these social drugs. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? These social drugs, yeah. And I'm just going to pray to the good Lord right now that He allows me to bring this message with clarity and understanding and interest. I like for everybody to stay interested. So now, I want to first show you where I believe it's been revelated to me to show you where this original thought of technology comes from. So we're going to do the scribes, the robes of the scribes, robes of the scribes. And I usually talk to it. Yesterday did me so bad. Pictures of the robes of the scribes.
Pictures of the robes of the scribes. Okay.
What's that? Wow. I don't know what that was. Those look like little ninjas. I'm not gonna even put that on my screen. That's disgusting. Um, priest. It's talking to me today. Yesterday it wouldn't even talk to me. It stopped talking to me. The blood of Jesus. And the rest of the pictures I should have already I had to put, see, ephod, the ephod. David would put on this ephod every time he needed to communicate with the Lord. You know, this is before Jesus's blood. See, we don't need any of these things now because we have Jesus's blood. But, you know, the Lord say, I was looking for the verse. I know I just read it. It haven't been that long ago. But the Lord said, where I put my post, they put their post. And in doing so, they defile or try to have defiled the things of me in doing so. It might have been in Ezekiel because, you know, he told Ezekiel to go through the wall and see what they was really doing in the temple, you know. So I couldn't find it though. And, you know, like I say, where he grows his wheat, here comes tares, here comes weeds, you know. So I believe this is my favorite pick right here. So I'm going to do this one. I love this robe. This is the robe of the scribes, royal blue and white. And I think later on down the line, they just took the top of it and had the ephod. But those gems, each one is the 12 tribes of Israel, each gem. And I call it the telephone keypad. Call me. See, that was the Lord's first. You see. So now, I'm not gonna stay on that too long. I just get so excited about that telephone keypad, and that's what we use right now. This is technology. This is that telephone keypad right there. The 12 tribes of Israel. 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry. 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 tribes of Israel. It's God's original energy. But I did make all the connection. You know, you get bits and pieces, and the adversary keeps you from getting it all. But I couldn't understand that Mercedez Benz sign, which they call our peace sign. It's supposed to be a peace sign. Like I say, where God put his post, Satan put his post, you know. Or he covers demonicness with God's love. You know, he's a liar, big liar. Oh, why am I putting that down? So now I just want to show you a few pictures that I gathered. Let me just calm down and go slow, because whenever the Lord revelates something to you, you tend to get excited. I'm just sorry, because that's another mystery that's been unraveled to you. Let's see. Here we go. And I also said that I was going to share some. Yeah, we'll just stay right here in this area. I was gonna a long time ago, when I think I was doing mythical beast, or one of those, which I told you a mythical beast is a real beast, but they don't want us to know that they're real. See, Satan hides himself in obscurity. That's the word we looked up yesterday. He's obscure. He's always hiding himself, because as long as we don't think he is real as he is, we continue on not knowing the dangers that we are in. But I just want to show you this first picture. And this is the earth. This is the earth with the dome over it. With the dome over it. Okay. And I'm going to compare this dome that's over this earth. I want you to keep that in mind. Rewind it, compare how you need to. But I want to compare that dome right there that's over the earth to the Egyptian god. To the Egyptian god. Let's see. We've seen this one 1,000 times in the firmament. Same dome. Same dome. Now, what I was really looking for was, this is the female version of it. And I looked and looked and looked for the male version of it. It used to be the same one with a phallic. You used to see this same dome image with a penis at times. So we all know that Satan is both male and female. But see, he's coming back on the scene with this female energy, this mother god that people are blindly associating themselves with. At that time, he was in the form of Isis, and was actually having sex with the brother, and she was the sister. So, you know, Isis was the one who put Osiris back together again to keep that energy going. The devil was really using Isis at that time with the stork's wings. Those are stork wings that Isis has on her. Stork wings. Jeremiah talks about her going down with the lead in the ephah, and they used this lead, I believe, to make the Tower of Babylon, if I'm not mistaken. Is what Jeremiah was saying. Was it Jeremiah? Zechariah. It was Zechariah. I was reading that in because I was actually reading about the horsemen. So I was in Zechariah reading about those horsemen, and I look in other areas and around it, kind of catch what's going on. And they was talking about those stork wings that was carrying the ephah, and I want to say it must have been an ephah of lead. And the lead Zechariah was talking about this ephah of lead this lead was no good, and they used this metal to build. Oh, now it doesn't even want to give me my pictures. Took a minute. How many of us have seen that? That's the exact same dome. The exact same one. And then we're going to go back to the earth ones. I'm going to use this one this time. The earth dome. This one. And it says in there, because in the Mercedes Benz sign, there's this circle, which I believe to be the Ouroboros, the snake eating his tail, which is also known to be sexual energy. Sexual energy. And this Mercedes Benz is on that voodoo altar that's zombie-tizing people, that's putting a spell on people. You can go back and watch my video yesterday, Easter eggs. And you can see that energy that's coming from the drums, from the voodoo altar. They are on the voodoo altar, and these men are beating the drums. I would say that they were also partakers. I wouldn't say, I don't know their position exactly. I know the voodoo priest was there, or priestesses, and they beating those drums, and they drumming up this energy. I mean, this demonic energy. But the three worlds, old world, chaotic world, and the restored earth, I would say that's New World Order. I don't know. I also thought that at first I thought maybe the three pyramids inside of the Mercedes Benz was air, earth, and then water, But then that's when the Lord revealed to me that is deeper than all of that, because it's his original technology, his original 12 tribes of Israel's telephone pad to him, their connection to him, our connection as the children of God to him. It used to be a telephone. That's how we used to call him. And it's his original technology that they've gone and taken and redeveloped and remastered with the pyramids, with three pyramids, just like it's 3 6s. Something about the power of three with the adversary. Now that hasn't been exactly revealed to me yet, but it's something about that power of three. And the three pyramids, with him being the capstone at the very, very top, he stands on the back of mankind. It's a bunch of bricks down at the bottom of the pyramid. And the higher up you get to the pyramid, the smaller. It's just like one at the top, and that's him. And he's stood on the backs of all mankind to get at the top of that pyramid. But I've been checking out a lot about how those pyramids are the energy, the the energy for technology. So let's see. Let's just take a look at the Mercedes-Benz sign. I could not figure out for the life of me why. Let me put the symbol up there. Why this was on the altar? Why would this be on the altar? What they've done to us is so demonic and cruel. It's so demonic and cruel. It really is. So now there's our Mercedes-Benz symbol, and this is also the peace sign. They put this up there with helter skelter. It's voodoo. It's zombitizing the whole world. And this outer circle here, come back on. This outer circle here is the Ouroboros around these three pyramids. 1, 2. Oh, really? Come on. Let me see. Let me watch where I put my hand because, we sensitive now. 1, 2, 3. 3 pyramids. And that's God's original technology for the telephone call to him on the high priest. I would say those were the Levites that wore those royal robes and could call on the Lord at any time. And then later on, it turned into the ephod, EPHOD, ephod. Let me see if I can't find a picture of an ephod. And like I said, later on, it turned into the ephod and was a little shorter than that. You could just kind of like put it over you like a shawl. Last time I looked it up. And that's what David would use. King David would use the ephod to communicate. The robe that I showed you earlier was the one that the Levites, the original high priest, would have used. By this time, they were demanding a king. Back then, the Lord was the king, but the Levites had these robes. And we'll just say, I just picked that picture right there. Let's see. Pull it down because I noticed that it's not going to really give me a good picture of it. But, oh goodness, go away. Right there. That's the ephod. It's like a shirt or something, and it would go over. And you can take the time to look that up yourself if you like. But that's what the scribes' robe shortened down to over time. By the time King David came on the scene, it was a shorter robe. And I just want to share some pictures with you of the Ouroboros. I just showed you the Mercedes-Benz sign with the 3 pyramids in it. I showed you that original technology. And the Ouroboros is just over the whole world. And he controls that technology now. So, I mean, for example, anybody could be an Instagram baddie. So he took modeling and vanity to a whole nother level. People are risking their lives so that they can get in these getting these BBLs, these Brazilian butt lifts, and they don't be looking too good after the surgery is over. But they're trying to be an Instagram baddie. So, and anybody can be an Instagram baddie. You know, just go get you some hair, go to Fashion Nova, get you some fits. You can be an Instagram baddie. Anybody can. So they done took modeling and the world of vanity to a whole nother level. Pornhub. They have little girls on there that made Miss April 2000 whatever year, and you can tell that these girls are young and that they are being forced to do the things, praying to good Lord that these ain't their daddies that's done kidnapped them. You see what I'm saying? The world is sick. This is the sickness that's taking over the world right now. This is the Ouroboros with the tail in his mouth. With his tail in his mouth. Some people know about him. So just put the Mercedes Benz sign inside of the Ouroboros, and you have the serpent with the tail in his mouth with sexual energy. Sexual energy is ruling the world. Vanity is ruling the world. But remember, this was originally God's technology and way of communicating and talking with his children that the adversary has taken, and he has formed it through the pyramid, putting himself at the top of the capstone. Okay? I'm just going to read to you from Job 40 and 15. Behold now, Behemoth, which I made with thee, he eateth grass as an ox. Lo now, his strength is in his loins, and his force is in the navel of his belly. His strength is in his loins. The adversary's strength is in his loins. As long as he can convince people that it's not bad to fornicate, that it's not, that sexual energy is good, then he gets to keep this world under this zombie spell that he has us under. As long as he can pull off that sexual energy with his tail being in his mouth, and his mouth being the vagina, his tail being the phallic, and this internet, these cell phones, this technology being in his hands, and he's able to control the minds of all people because of this. Because of this technology. And this technology has been on the altar zombitizing people for we don't even know how long. I have some other pictures that I want to show you about their plans, and we don't know how long they've had these plans. Okay? We don't know how long they've been working on this. But it would have to be a pretty long time, according to these pictures. One second. We're going to pull this one up first. Look at that. Hold up. Is this ISIS? Way back in the gap when they were still writing on the wall? Are those the twin towers on her hairdress? Keep it real now, y'all. Be 100. What? Is that the Twin Towers? You can style it right there. You can hold it right there. I have to keep it going here. I don't know. I don't know if that one is the Twin Tower. I don't know. That one looked like the One World Tower. But let me show you this. Look at this. Wait a minute. Is he knocking? Wait, where's my pen at? Okay. Is he knocking down the Twin Tower? And then here is the One World Tower on his head. And this is called, you can just style it right there. I don't want to run out of time here. I always go longer than I expected because I go to talking about other things. Here is Isis down here. Can you see her? There she is with that One World Tower on her head. I ain't tripping. That's what I see. That's what you see too. But we've been taught to deny ourselves, to say, oh no, that's not what that is. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. And this is the concept of the DJED pillar. So let's look up what that means. What does DJED mean? One second. Well, they thought I was looking up DJ'd at first. So it says play record music on radio or at a club or a party. But I'm not looking up DJ'd. The jade, I'm just going to say that's how you say it, is an ancient Egyptian symbol for stability, which features prominently in Egyptian art and architecture throughout the country's history. So they was building the Twin Towers way back in the Egyptian days before they could even write. It was doing hieroglyphs on the wall. So that would date it right there. Stability should be understood to mean not only a firm footing, but immutability and permanence. So they got a strong footing. This is a stronghold. That's a stronghold. The Ouroboros over the technology. Those are strongholds. The Mercedez Benz on the voodoo altar. Strongholds. They've been planning this since back then. Are you serious? How sick is that? That they could know the game way back then. Making it permanent. They acting it out. This was the energy. This was the symbol of Osiris. They were acting it out to make it so. That is voodoo. Oh, wow. And people still don't want to wake up? They still want to stay asleep? What? How could you? How can you? How can you deny yourself that you're seeing exactly what you're seeing? I had another picture of this One World Tower too. I don't know what happened to it, but there it go. There it go again. There is Isis with her stork wings and the One World Tower on her head. I'm not making this up. These pictures are there in your face. The whole world is under the sexual energy of the Ouroboros, the serpent, and we fall under the spell of zombies because of the 3 pyramids that contain this world's technology, the internet, powers of the air. Satan is the prince of the power of the air. He's got the whole world wrapped up for the time being. But I can't think of anything else to bring that message. I don't even know if that's as big of a deal to you all as it is to me. Oh, the Lord told me to share it though. That Mercedes Benz sign is all over the world, and it sits on that voodoo altar with the cockatrice eggs and the Ouroboros. I'm talking about this is true evil. I don't know if I'm bringing it hard enough. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm bringing it with the harshness that it is. Excuse me. We are under a spell. The world is being voodooed. The world is being zombitized. We're being done, y'all. Being done. It's time to wake up. And they've been planning these things since the beginning. Are you serious? Sometimes she's wearing the twin towers on her hairdress. And then sometimes she's wearing the One World Tower. And then to tear down the twin towers and bring them down this is unreal. These social drugs, I'm just gonna let it play again. It's what popped up here. We gotta wake up. We gotta wake up. Because all of this, the YouTubers fighting over likes and subscribers. Everybody under some type of voodoo. Zombie-tized voodoo. Facebook. How many likes did I get on Facebook? Oh, they like what I'm talking about, mostly because they ain't talking about nothing. We gotta wake up. So I seek temporary feeling to replace reality. Though the truth is telling me I have died. And the world is over-sexualized. Everybody.
It's the day that don't confront me. I hate it when I find out that I can't get what I want. This emotional tantrum has become sort of an anthem plan every time I need to take a little trip to hide this condemnation. I'll find a combination, a man-made simulation, to deny my situation. Now this on reality is distorting what I see.
The fake reality.
Back to me, a sense of false security.
Put us in a fake reality. Zombie ties us and put us in a fake reality.
Desperately in search of ways to alter my sensation. There is no equilibrium.
Now you altering my sensations and how I should feel about things.
I'm intoxicated till I'm dumb. To avoid confrontation.
Got me numb.
These social drugs messing with my mind.
Can't even laugh.
These social drugs
ain't even full of the Lord's joy. And as long as you get a lot of likes, then you're what's up. People don't even care about what's going on in your real life. How you really doing? Just, oh, you're so pretty. There's been cases where young ladies have committed suicide too. They got a lot of likes, a lot of followers.
And social etiquette won't let us be too upset with the way things really are. You're taught to camouflage regret and the religious structure. Tells God wants us to suffer to support a situation we don't know is obligation.
Making us slaves.
And if you show the complication, they'll just got your reputation. Like my intimidation to enforce participation.
I ain't got no reputation, no way. They all call me crazy. And I don't care. I can laugh, I can smile. I feel good about life. I feel good about me. And that's all by the grace of God.
They'll just pull up social strings, holding up their social doors, defying noble things.
I try not to give the adversary any dominion here. I belong to my Father in heaven.
Too afraid to contradict the expectations of the system, when the harsh reality is they make grace for you and me. Instead of saving you and me, they're destined slaving you and me.
Don't care nothing about us, Satan. He hates mankind, but he used us to do his dirt because he can't do it by himself. He need a host body to do it. And he coming like a female, but believe me, believe you me, that's the adversary coming like a female. He coming as Saturnalia. Yeah. He changed into something as he fell from heaven. He grabbed something from the stars or something as he come down. He gained Saturnalia. He turned into half man, half woman. That's the Baphomet. But you better believe that's a man. He's a man. Your mother God. Keep playing fool if you want to, so you can fit in. You're going to find yourself somewhere very strange. Trying to figure out where you at. Lily. He's her too. Kylie. He's her too. Kylie is half man, half woman. That. Remember about the pale horse and the bay horse, the grizzle and the brown. Let's not forget, ha, 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 death and hell, Satan and Saturnalia. They rode the same chariot. Their horses pulled the same chariot. Wake up. Kali is dead. But they both are Satan. God is not a woman. It's a cruel trick from Satan. He got y'all under his spell. Huh? The zombie spell. And on that note, I can't think of anything else to say. May the Lord be with you.